you got to win up front. And so our O-line and our D-line have got to control the box there. And, of course, our linebackers as well, controlling the box and, making Bolivar throw the football. Their run-pass percentage is heavy run. So, we need to get them in second and third and long. And, we feel like we're a tough out on offense if, we don't get penalties and we don't get backed up. And when we take care of the football, we feel like we can move the chains. And it's like I tell the kids, I feel like give us 3 plays to get 10 yards. I think we're pretty tough. But when you get in 1st and 15 and 1st and 20, that's tough to do. So we just don't want to beat ourselves. And sometimes you got to learn how not to lose as well as learn to win. So don't beat yourselves and don't give Bolivar any gimmies.
And for a football team that does not really platoon, a lot of guys go both ways. West Plains comes into this game tonight on the 11th of November really in good shape injury-wise.
We're pretty thin as far as depth goes, especially in the skill positions. You look at our secondary; those guys are our receivers, and we're really thin up front. I know Maddox Hawkins sat out the Waynesville game with that ankle injury, and we threw in Jeff Edgeler, sophomore, who did a good job. But we're just pretty thin. For Class 4, we have way too many two-way starters. You get some Class 4 teams that they want a 2 platoon and they might have 1 or 2, which has been the case for West Plains the last couple of years. Really only maybe playing Connor Lair on both sides of the ball, and Dagan Kinslow playing some safety. But we've got multiple kids, not just going both ways, but they're in there in the starting lineup both ways.
Here's a look at the matchup tonight by the numbers for these two teams meeting for the second time this season. The Zizzers won back in the season opener in August by a final of 16-7. Neither team really played very well in that game, but the main point for the Zizzers was that got the season off to a positive start, and they went on from there. Now, as we look at the winning percentage for these teams, West Plains has won 70% of their games, or 7-3 on the year. The Liberators are 5-6, a 45% winning percentage. And away from home, Bolivar has won just one time this year. So good news there for West Plains. Meanwhile, from an offensive standpoint, West Plains has scored an average of 31 points a game. Bolivar has averaged 22. But defensively, West Plains give it up 18 points a game, Bolivar 23. District championships tonight in Class 5. District 5, Lebanon will have a rematch at Camdenton. And in Class 4, of course, we have our game here tonight in District 6, Bolivar and West Plains. Class 2, District 3, Mountain Grove will be playing at Liberty. And in Class 1, District 3, Kabul Bulldogs will try and take a measure of revenge on behalf of the Thayer Bobcats as they'll play at Marionville tonight. That's the lineup for games this evening, and hopefully we'll have more games to talk about next week. But that's going to do it for our pregame as we get ready for kickoff time between the West Plains Zizzers and the Bolivar Liberators. Reed Grigsby will join me in the booth in just a moment here at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium. That's the Zizzer pregame. Zizzer football. District Championship football is up next on KDY.
This has been the pregame show on Hot Country KDY. Stay tuned. Zizzer kickoff time is coming up next on your home for the Zizzers, KDY.
Mother Nature here, and I am not happy. Old Man Winter and I have been having words. I am determined to fight for warmer weather, but something tells me he's going to be a real jerk and turn on the cold whether I like it or not. Well, I'll show him.
Butler Heating and Air and GeoComfort can help. Call Butler Heating and Air in West Plains now for a free estimate on a GeoComfort geothermal system. Butler Heating and Air, your authorized GeoComfort geothermal dealer.
It's rock chip season. Okay, let's be honest. With the roads around here, it's always rock chip season. When you get a rock chip, go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix your rock chip and keep it from spreading and making your windshield look more like a road map. If you need a whole new windshield put in because you waited too long, he does those too. SMP Quality Auto Glass, next to DQ in West Plains. Show us your crack.
You know that West Plains Lock and Key is the place to call when you've locked yourself out of your car or lost your key. But they do so much more. If you need anything lock-related done to your home or business, West Plains Lock and Key is your expert source there too. Give West Plains Lock and Key a call if you need locks rekeyed or changed. They can even help with safes, install keypad locks, and so much more. West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology. 256-8862. 256-8862.
West Plains Zizzers football on Hot Country KD1. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Zizzer Coin Laundry, Wilbanks Tire, West Plains Lock and Key, West Plains Bank and Trust Company, USA Mortgage, West Plains, Taylor Grubauer, Chevrolet, Buick GMC, along with Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, State Farm Insurance, Justin Shelby, SMP Quality Auto Glass, TLG Peterbilt, Pepsi Mid-America. Also brought to you by Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment, Ozarks Healthcare, by Ozarks Hills Realty, Century 21, Monty's Outdoors, Long Electric, J&J Recovery, Hawkins Home and Lawn, Edgeler and Harper, Don's Auto Service, Current Incorporated, Captain D's, Butler Heating and Air, by Bureau, Brown Furniture and Appliance, Bailey Chevrolet, Pontiac GMC, and by Assurance Realty.
And now West Plains Zizzers football on the official home of the Zizzers, Hot Country KDY.
Harlan Hutchinson with you from McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium. To my right over here, Reed Grigsby, and finally we get some football weather.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous out here tonight. So if you are out sitting in your car listening to us on the radio, the game is about to start. So come on and get in the stadium and sit in the crowd and keep everybody warm.
Vin Scully might have said to a late arriving crowd at Chavez Ravine here. But if you saw the first game between these teams back in August, forget it, because that game will have no resemblance to the game we're getting ready to see, I'm guessing. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just to tag on to what Coach Wyatt was talking about in pregame, and that not only were they installing a new offense, technically we were too. That was our first game under the Wyatt era, and so that wasn't a very good indication. If you remember right, back to that first game, it was pretty darn ugly, speaking, from our side. A lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers, ball hitting the carpet way too much. We have improved significantly since then, but I suspect that Bolivar has too. So one thing about playing Bolivar, we know it's going to be a physical game. This has kind of turned into a rivalry since they joined the Ozark Conference after Central left, and always an exciting game, always very physical.
When you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you answered yes to any of those questions, you're showing positive examples of sportsmanship. So don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. Message brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activity Association and Hot Country KDY. It's 39 degrees right now, 39. It didn't get all that warm today to begin with. Got up to around, I guess, maybe 50 at the warmest. But it's a football feeling evening, and while the weather is not optimal to come out and sit in it tonight, we should have plenty of folks tuning in and listening to the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, and those players, they love this time of year. This is what they've been waiting on after sweating through 2 days in the summer all the way through those early games, and now they're finally able to come out here and play a game where they're not soaking wet from the first snap of the game. So they love every minute of it.
Hudson, Foster, McCracken, and Simpson are the four captains for West Plains. West Plains in the all-black tonight with red trim and red numerals, or white numerals, that is, with the black hats. And the Liberators look like the Ava Bears from 1970. They've got white shirts, gold numerals, gold pants, and gold hats. I want to see Coach Dixon, see if he's wearing shorts. He is. There he is with his shorts on. The other thing is, when you're playing, though, unless you play, you don't really realize this, but when you're playing football, and after about a half a dozen plays, your body temperature goes up. This cool air feels pretty good after a point.
It feels very good. You're able to breathe a little bit better. You don't have that thick, humid summer air that you're trying to get into your lungs, and it really is way more enjoyable to play this time of year than it is in August and September.
We've got pretty much the same conditions we had last Friday afternoon when we played here. And the Zizzers took the opening kickoff going north to south, which they will to start the football game. And Heston Miller returned it 95 yards for a touchdown. I don't know if he was even touched on the play. You heard Coach Wyatt maybe talk about that in the pregame. That was something that they had worked on before that game against Monette. Worked beautifully. And with that said, I would be very surprised we see many deep kicks tonight on the part of Bolivar.
I'd say you're probably right. If they can, they're going to try to kick it through the end zone. If not, they're going to squib it to maybe one of the up guys, and they're going to try to keep it out of Miller's hands. However, West Plains does have that little razzle-dazzle trickery that they run to try to get it to Heston Miller on some fake handoff. So we'll see what happens on this opening kick.
Jesse Hudson and Heston Miller will be back deep, standing inside their 5-yard line. And both of those guys have a kick return for a touchdown this year.
Both of those guys are very good athletes, and they're capable of doing a lot of things. So hopefully they set the tone tonight and get the game started correctly.
So Bolivar will kick it away to start the football game. And let's see, their place kicker is Colin Ames. I remember him. Back from the season opener. Ames will line it up on the right hash mark. The wind is really blowing right in his face as he approaches, and here's the squib kick, and it's going to be the Zizzers covering the football at the 46, 47-yard line, and now Bolivar claims that they've got the football.
I believe they do. It's a good opening onside kick for the Bolivar Liberators, and we're still waiting for a signal from the ref. But
sure enough,
they are giving it to the Liberators.
That was an onside kick, and West Plains, I nearly said, if you're on the front line, you can't just turn and run down the field because you never know. And heck, Bolivar, they're playing with house money. They're in the championship game. No one really expects them to win this, but you don't know.
Yeah, on that team like that's always dangerous. They're on the road. They have nothing to lose, and this is that time of year you lose and go home, so why not?
All right, here they go. Drake Durham is the quarterback for Bolivar. And he'll line up deep in the formation with two backs side by side. Here's a running play, running left, and that'll pick up about 3 yards. Mahan with the stop that time, as the tackle was made at about the 43-yard line. So short gain on the play, and it'll bring up second down after a pickup of close to 3.
Yeah, from the very beginning, they came out in the power eye and not in the flex bone. So they're going to mix it up a little bit on us tonight and see what they can get done.
It's a different offense. They'll run the option play out of this spread formation. Durham at quarterback on 2nd and 7. He will hand it off, and a hit immediately, and a gain of 1, and nothing else available right there. On the stop that time for West Plains, Miles Foster, who should be first-team All-Ozark this year.
Yeah, he's had a really great season. He's very physical and very quick, and is able to bottle up a lot of runners in between the tackles.
So the Liberators will take their time. They have a 5-6 record, trying to get to 500 tonight with the district championship. Spread set, single back with receivers, 2 of them off to the right. Back to throw it. Rolling out to his right to throw the ball. That ball tipped off. Almost intercepted by Carter McCracken, and he might have gone all the way the other way had he held on to that.
That was a pretty good chance for a pick 6 right there, but it was, just right out of his reach. But great stop on a 3rd down play there, and they will be punting it away. Maybe. We'll see. if they're willing to roll the dice, you never know what's going to happen.
They got to get about 6 yards, and they are lined up in punt formation. And Bolivar's punter is Boone Shockley. One of the better names I've come across this year. Here's a snap. Big rush is on. He's going to roll to throw. It's underthrown and incomplete. Well, was that a busted play or was that a design play, you think?
That was a design play for sure. Just not the perfect execution, but we had a great rush that may have disrupted it a little bit.
So basically it comes down to just almost, not quite, but almost getting the football where Bolivar recovered the onside kick. 1st and 10 for the 41 of West Plains.
So no harm, no foul. We just lost a little time, that's all.
It'll be interesting to see how West Plains comes out. Now, they've got the wind at their back, and I'm sure that they will try and take advantage of that somewhere along the way of this quarter. Out of the spread set with McCracken in the backfield. Man in motion is Miller. Fake it, and now Simpson keeps it. 50-yard line. He's across the 50, up to the 48, close to the 47. And that's enough for a first down. He needed 10. He got 11.
That was a nice little run. You know, obviously any defense needs to know where number 23, Heston Miller, is on the field. But Carter McCracken is also a very dangerous runner, which leaves the quarterback open.
And he was open. Nice run by Aiden Simpson. He makes it work. He has decent speed, but has a lot of guile. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line, or 48-yard line of Bolivar. Running play over the right tackle. Carter McCracken follows his blocking, keeps the wheels going, and gets it up to about the 45-yard line, 44-yard line. And there'll be a gain on the play of close to 4 yards. 9:54 to go in the first quarter. West Plains' first possession of the ball game. Joel Wyatt said that Bolivar's best asset is their defense.
Yeah, and that last play that we just saw, even though it was a nice yardage gain on first down, there was about 10 yellow helmets around the ball that time when we get out there to the edge. So they fly around and they get to the ball fast.
So let's see if we can make that pursuit work against them at some point here. 2 receivers left. Back split behind in the backfield with Simpson. They'll hand it off, and here comes a handoff to the fullback, and that'll be a gain. Howell with the carry up near the 40. Well, they're going to mark it right on the 40-yard line. So a good pickup on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and short. 3rd down and about 2.
And Howell's one of those players we've seen a lot more handoffs to him in the second half of the season, where we're getting more comfortable in the offense and getting deeper into the playbook. And he really has been a weapon coming out of the backfield.
If he wants to carry the ball, just wait till next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 to go on 3rd down. Big hole up the middle. McCracken first down across the 30-yard line to the 29-yard line. Wow. I don't know who did it, but somebody on the right side of the West Plains line just wiped out the right side of the Bolivar line.
Yeah, I didn't see who pulled across and made that block, but there was also some nice blocks. I saw one by Briggs Houston downfield, and it's always nice to see your wide receivers blocking.
He looked like he's riding a surfboard with the wave in front of him, going around the right end. Good play. First down from the 29-yard line for West Plains. Man in motion. Will fake it, throw it out to the flat. It's caught there by Miller. Gets to the corner. He's 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Hits a touchdown for West Plains at 8:16 of the first quarter. 6-0. Zizzers. Didn't take long to get to that, did it?
And that was a beautiful play. That was a nice pass, and that was the first time that Heston Miller has touched the ball. So we've brought him in motion. We faked to him, and all of a sudden we throw a little pass out into the flat, and he's able to turn on the jets, and nobody's going to catch him once he gets open space.
Simpson to Miller covering 29 yards. And the extra point try to follow here as the touchdown happens with 8:16 to go in the first quarter. Chase Larson will try and do the duty here. And Aiden Simpson will hold it. Here's the snap, good, hold down. The kick is up and it's good. And the Zizzers have a 7-0 lead with 8:16 to go in the first quarter. Zizzer kickoff coming up in a minute on KDY.
So the kids come home every day with a backpack full of homework that you have to help them with. Who knew 5th grade math was so hard? This really cuts into the time you have to work on your own homework. The laundry. Load up and drop off all your laundry at Zizzer Coin Laundry on Porter Wagner and West Plains. They will wash, dry, fold, and even press your clothes if you want them to. They will do everything. But put it away. Zizzer Coin Laundry next to R&R Tire in West Plains, because sometimes you need help with your homework too.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Here's the kickoff from the 13-yard line. They'll circle wide, cut it up, and that's going to be where that ends. Good open field tackle that time as West Plains got down there with very, very good coverage. The tackler was Logan Seitz, wasn't it?
Logan Seitz. It's like Lucas Conyers got down there first and kind of disrupted the return, and Seitz came in and was able to clean up pretty nice.
I don't know what you think about it, but I think it's a big deal when you can get out front like the Zizzers just did, 7-0 in a game like this.
And set the tone. Yeah, that's exactly what we needed to do on the first drive, and that was a beautiful drive to open the game.
Here we go on first down. Bolivar will take it and run the option to the right. They'll toss it late. Big hit in the backfield, and I thought for a second a fumble on the play. It's going to be no fumble, but boy, the quarterback took a shot as he went around the right corner, and a flag is down evidently.
And that will be a 15-yard personal foul. I saw it happen, and I was praying that it wasn't going to happen, and it happened.
I take it wasn't on was it a late hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 30 yards away from the play.
Well, that's personal foul, West Plains. That's the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of the reverse of us when we get penalties on offense. You know, now instead of them having second down at about 17, now they're going to have first down and 10.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We had a great defensive stop right there, and, the defense made a nice play. I do think, I couldn't see it from here, that the ball might have hit the turf, and we're going to end it from there.
Well, it's not an automatic it's going to be first down at about 4. Spread set, they're going to run a wingman off to the right side. And we'll stop for a second, and I think the line judge is asking the referee, isn't that a first down? Well, if it's marked from the point of the foul, I don't think it is.
I'm not sure where they marked that from. I mean, it's still, I think it's 15 yards from the end of the play, which actually helped us out a little bit, but still it's a repeat of first down.
First down and 4 now. And the ball is it looks like the 24-yard line. We're taking forever to run the next play here for some reason. Here we go. First and 4. Quarterback keeps it. Slips a tackle. Gets to the corner. Dives forward. And looks like he's got a first down. He needed 4, and he got about 4.5, it looked like. And looks like the Liberators have their first down of the ball game.
Yeah, and that's rather unfortunate. We had them probably 2nd and 15, and now they get a 5-yard gain for a first down. And so now it's time for the defense to stiffen up.
Drake Durham, the quarterback. So far, he has been the bulk of their offense. They're going to split a receiver out left and put a wing to the right side. Here's the snap, and they will hand off up the middle, and there's a hole there before it closes quickly. And the tackle made by Heston Miller. Looks like the 31, maybe 32-yard line. So decent gain on the play. 4.5 yards, maybe. And they'll bring up second down about 6. This is kind of an odd formation. An I formation. Quarterback fumble. The football loose on the deck. Somebody get it in the black. And it looks like they did. West Plains has recovered a fumble in the backfield. And the Zizzers have first and 10 at the 26-yard line of Bolivar.
No, that's the second or third time that the ball has hit the carpet while Bolivar has had the ball. So they got a little bit of fumbleitis out there, but a good job by the defense to come up with that ball and really kind of bail us out of a ugly drive thus far.
It's understandable on a evening like this that might be a little holder to hold on to that cold football.
Yep.
And Bolivar has let it get away twice. Aiden Simpson comes up to the line, now backs up. McCracken back there, takes the handoff, 20, 15, 10, and he's tripped up inside the 10-yard line at the 6-yard line. A gain of 20 for Carter McCracken, and a 1st and goal for West Plains.
Nice run right there. It had a hole we could have driven that ATV through.
Oh, my.
Carter McCracken was able to get some nice yardage. I really thought he was going to the house on that one.
Partner, somebody up front is whipping somebody else up front right now.
We are thus far winning the battle of the trenches.
You can see Joel watching that play and an earlier run by McCracken and thinking, oh, yeah, good stuff. Hal in the backfield at fullback with McCracken. McCracken follows his lead, gets inside the 5, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown for West Plains at 6-13, and it's 13-0 Zizzers.
And that was all Carter McCracken right there with some good help from the offensive line, but he got into the secondary and was not going to be denied a touchdown. Good job, Carter McCracken.
This football team, when he finally got healthy and was able to just play and not worry about that hand, it has been a revelation for this football team.
Absolutely.
So McCracken on a 7-yard run, and now the extra point. High snap, gets down late, and the kick is up late, but it still counts as a point as it went through the uprights. Nice composure that time by Aiden Simpson, the holder, and Chase Larson, the kicker. 6:13 to go in the first. This is not the way Bolivar wanted this thing to start. 14-0 Zizzers. We're back in a minute on KDY.
If you are buying, selling, refinancing, or building a home, finding a mortgage program that works for you is my goal. Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage in West Plains, and I want to help you through the process to ensure that you receive financing that works best for you. I have over 20 years experience in real estate lending. Come see me in Silver Springs Business Complex off the bypass in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
DAS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA, USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not agreement to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. For details, call 1-888-250-6522.
Have you recently been in a collision or hit a deer and caused significant damage to your vehicle and now you need auto body repair? At Mr. Dent Collision Repair, a full-service automobile collision repair, paint, and body shop in West Plains, our iCar trained technicians are highly skilled professionals who strive to provide excellent service to every customer every time. No appointments are needed, so stop by today for a free estimate or give us a call at 257-3368. Mr. Dent, we're your driving home our reputation.
Uh-oh. As we come back, you heard uh-oh. That's because the kick return goes wide right to the 35-yard line before it stopped there. And it's 1st and 10 again for the Bolivar Liberators. And so far, Joel's very fond of saying that you win the game or you lose the game up front. And right now, West Plains not only winning the game, they're dominating the game up front.
Yeah, absolutely. It hasn't even been close, especially on the offensive line. So good job by those guys in the trenches.
Sagardai, man in motion. Quarterback will hand it off, and I mean, there is nothing. There as Garrett Mahan shut it down and had some help, and that's no gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
You know, speaking of as an old lineman, both defensive and offensive linemen, the momentum swing is something that is very real when you're in the trenches, and when everything's going right and you get that extra boost of adrenaline because your line is playing well, and then it just leads to great things.
All right, 2nd down, 10 to go, same formation. Spread set with 2 backs leading to the right side. Quarterback keeps it. Durham turns it up, tripped up, no gain on the play. And West Plains doing a great job covering sideline to sideline. Carter McCracken on the tackle that time for the Zizzers. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
That was a good tackle on Quincy Doolittle, too. It kind of went unseen.
He tends to operate under the radar sometimes, but he is a constant presence.
You bet.
4:58 and counting, first quarter. West Plains 14-0. Bolivar has third down and 10, an illegal procedure call on the left tackle now for Bolivar. As he raised up a little quick, he wanted to get back there and pass protect. And Christian Jenkins will be the guy tagged for the penalty that time. It'll be third down and 15. Now, this is exactly the kind of thing that Coach Wyatt was talking about on defense. Make them do what they don't want to do, and especially trying to do it into about a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind.
Right.
All right, they'll bring it up. And timeout's going to be called by Bolivar. Timeout with 4:28 to go in the first. 14-0. West Plains on top of the Bolivar Liberators. Back in a minute on KDY.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye. Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
If you are buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that will dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. Don't settle for average. 417-255-2121.
This is Corey Taylor, broker at Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. When you're ready to buy or sell property, come see us at 1822 Porter Wagner Boulevard in West Plains.
Back we come. It's third down and long. 3rd and 15 for Bolivar from their own 29-yard line. And again, they're going right into the teeth of a strong wind. Man in motion, back to throw it. Durham to the sideline, and nobody there. It was way behind the intended receiver going up the right sideline over there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Bolivar did throw it, but they didn't take much of a chance there. If they weren't going to complete it, then they'll just punt it away. But now you've got that same problem. So they'll kick it on 4th down and long. Ames, high snap, and just got rid of it. The kick will hit and take a Bolivar bounce inside the West Plains 40. Now rolls backward, and it'll be down at the 39-yard line. 1st down and 10. How in the world did somebody not block that thing?
It had to go between their hands. You just had to, because we had 2 guys right there with their arms outstretched, and he was able to get it off. So good job by Bolivar.
So we know what's worked so far. We still have the wind with 4:16 to go. I can't think. Now, we did score on a touchdown pass technically, but I mean as far as throwing the ball downfield,
yeah,
I would have to imagine that if we're going to do that here in this first half, it'll happen maybe on this drive here. So Hudson will go wide to the right. Aiden Simpson stands deep in the formation, takes a snap, fakes it, throws it over the middle. It's caught, and that's a 1st down and then some, and the ball was fumbled at the very end of the play. But it's going to be a pickup for a 1st down by
Briggs Houston.
1st down, West Plains, 47 of Bolivar. Boy, he has been a really good, reliable receiver this year.
Absolutely, he's a big target, has great hands. He's a great basketball player too, so he has those basketball player hands, and really is coming to his element here this year.
2 wide right, man in motion, and a late pitch running to the right side, and that'll be Miller, and he'll get across the 45 and pick up a pretty good gain. He'll end up getting about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Good run that time. Something, in the last back half of the season, what you're seeing Heston Miller do more is be more physical when he runs instead of stopping and trying to bust it outside. If that's not available, then it's time to get behind your pads and get what you can, and he did a good job on that run.
Good 1st down play. It's 2nd down. long 5. Handoff running right now over the guard, cutting wide to the corner, and knocked out of bounds. And Lucas Conyers on the carry that time for West Plains. And he's been a pretty reliable guy when he's had the chance. Not real big, but doesn't matter, what is it, the size of the fight in the dog, something like that.
He's pretty slippery, and he keeps his legs churning, which is always good for a running back, and has really had a nice season.
3rd down, about 3, and the ball at the 40-yard line of Bolivar. Spread set. Wildcat with Miller back there. Takes it, and he's going to run. He's got a little blocking. Can he turn the corner? No, he can't. Good tackle at the 39. And Bolivar did a very good job that time stringing that play out, and eventually a good one-on-one tackle out on the side by one of their cornerbacks. I believe it was Matthew Booth. Well, that was Durham playing on defense, the quarterback playing in the D-back, and made the stop. 4th down, let's go for it. 4th down and what? Still 3. No gain on the last play. Here we go on 4th down and 3 from the 40. Back to throw it. He throws it over the middle. That ball's caught, and that's a 1st down. And Heston Miller on the reception at the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Aiden Simpson has impressed me so much this year at how accurate he is. Very, very rarely do you see a pass that's off target. Really great job by Aiden Simpson this year.
I think, too, that the coaches get some credit for that, for doing the stuff that they know that the player can do and do well.
Sure.
And I think they've done that with Aiden this year, and it's just been a great, great success. Trying to follow Kinslow, that's a hard act to follow, but Aiden has done a pretty good job.
I agree.
From 30-yard line on 1st down, Simpson will keep it. He'll run it 25-yard line, and he'll run down near the 22-yard line before he is stopped. And a great run on 1st down, maybe the 21. That'll be a gain of 9 and make it 2nd down and 1. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. We may have one more play. We'll have one more play here anyway before the quarter ends. Howell will come in at fullback. And taking a while to get the play in. 17 seconds on the play clock. From the 21-yard line, it's 2nd down and 1. You can do anything here. And with the wind at your back, you might take a crack at it. Put it in the air. Simpson fakes, rolls out right. He's going to throw. He does. Over the middle, got a guy open, and that's interference at the goal line. Pass interference, a 15-yard penalty, as Jesse Hudson was just horse-collared from behind. They probably could have called 2 different penalties on that. Interference was the call, though, and that'll move it down to, I guess, a half the distance to the goal line here, down to the 10.
You know, in high school football, that's, you know, if you're going to give up a touchdown, which that would have been, sometimes it's better to take the pass interference penalty, and a lot of coaches will coach your defensive backs doing that because it's not a spot penalty, in high school football like it is in college and pros.
So let's see if the clock starts on the snap here. Still 11 seconds to go in the quarter. Conyers is going to come back in from McCracken. Miller comes back into the football game. And Dawson Howell will come out. Now here comes Aiden Simpson onto the field with the play. And the play clock just now started, so we can be very careful as we come up to the line. Very methodic. Here's the play with 11 seconds, man in motion. Handoff on a counter play, running right is Conyers, gets inside the 10, gets down to about the 7-yard line, and that's where this quarter will end. So the first 12 minutes are in the books, and West Plains enjoys a 14-0 lead. They're knocking on the door again. They'll have 2nd down, and it looks like they could still get a 1st down here from the way the chains look on the far side. So after the first quarter, West Plains 14, Bolivar 0. Back in a minute on KD1.
Hawkins Home and Lawn.
Need home appliances? Hi, this is Anna. Do you know that Hawkins Home and Lawn in West Plains and in Mountain Grove has something you will really like? It's called Price Match. Every day, we will match all the big box stores' prices on home appliances. That's right, no more driving to the big city or big stores. We have it all locally and at great prices and the largest selection and inventory in the area. Stop by, call us, or go online at hawkinshomeandlawn.com.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why they are on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Edwin Roeder is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The Ozarks Healthcare team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and great sportsmanship. For more information about the OZH Orthopedic and Spine, please visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Boy, Reed Grigsby, if the Zizzers could poke one in the end zone here starting the second quarter and go up by 3 touchdowns, that could take a little bit of the life out of Bolivar.
Yeah, for sure could, and it's a really tough spot to be in, especially when you have an offense like Bolivar that's not necessarily designed to get big chunks of yardage at any given time. A 3-score deficit's huge.
Under center, Aiden Simpson will hand off to the tailback, and Carter McCracken always going forward, gets across the 5 down near the 2-yard line, it looks like.
He's going to be very close to a first down down there, but I think they're going to mark him about a yard short.
So it's going to be 3rd down, and they need a yard anyway. Ball is just across inside the 2-yard line. Chase Larson warms up on the sideline, hoping they need him for an extra point here after another play. Hudson is wide left. Houston is wide right. From the 2, 3rd down and 1. And deep snap, and that's not going to get it. That play took way too long to develop. Simpson kept it and waited for his blocking to form in front of him. By that time, Bolivar got some penetration. So here we go.
Yeah, and that was really the first time, during this ball game that Bolivar was able to penetrate that well and make a nice stop. Of course, when you put the fullback in motion like that, it's almost guaranteed it's going to come in between the tackles. And so they were able to put their nose down and get in there.
Well, now, actually, there's a loss of a yard on that play. 4th down and 2 from the 3. Going for it on 4th down. Howell in motion, whistles, and we'll have timeout called by West Plains. We'll take a 30-second timeout at 10:31 of the second quarter, and the score: West Plains 14, Bolivar nothing. Back in 30 seconds on KDY.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470 for a free estimate. West Plains Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friends.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Joel Wyatt called timeout. 4th down and 2 for the Zizzers from the 3-yard line of Bolivar. 10:31 to go in the first half. 14-0 West Plains. On the one hand, it'd be great to be able to, at the very least, get a first down, but poke this thing in the end zone and go up by 3 scores. On the other hand, if Bolivar keeps West Plains out of the end zone, that might kind of light a fire under them.
Yeah, it really could. And welcome to high school football where momentum is everything, and you certainly don't want to give the other team an opportunity to get their spirits back.
Okay. Out of the Wildcat, Carter McCracken. And a whistle and flags all over the place. We're going to have illegal motion on the play.
That's going to back us up 5 yards, and we might see Chase Larson here.
Very possible. It wouldn't be much more than an extra point. It'd be a little more, but not that much. Field goal. I heard Joel screaming down there. Field goal.
And why not? Of course, you have Chase Larson, a great soccer player as well. He comes out and kicks for the football team. Actually ended up the soccer season in the goal. We had an injury, and he had to finish out the last game and a half as a goalie. Did a great job.
25-yard field goal from just inside the right hash mark. Snap down, hold good, kick is up, and it is good. Chase Larson with the 25-yard field goal. Zizzers go up now 17-0. Back with the Zizzer kickoff in a minute on KDY.
Wilbanks Tire in West Plains is your stop for any auto or tire repair you may need. Wilbanks Tire has been in business in West Plains since 1978, so they are well established and reliable in the community. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains. Call the guys at Wilbanks Tire for tire specials and for auto and tire repair. 256-9571. 256-9571. Wilbanks Tire, proud supporter of the West Plains Zizzers. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today. 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Chase Larson with the kickoff for West Plains, up 17-0. Ball picked up the 13-yard line, 20-yard line, down to 25. Good coverage that time. West Plains didn't break down as that ball was bouncing down the field. They held their lanes and covered it well. 25-yard line, 1st and 10 now for Bolivar.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little chippy out there, Harlan, so we have to be very careful to not try to attract some flags, and do not retaliate, guys.
They're going to put that on the 26-yard line, right next to the McDonald's Field emblem. And the Liberators come out, and they're yet to find anything that works. Now on 1st down, Durham takes the snap. He will put it in the belly of the fullback, and he'll get a good run. He'll get yardage across the 35-yard line. That's going to be very close to a 1st down for the Liberators. So much for not being able to find anything that worked. That worked pretty well.
Yeah, that was a nice, that was a really nice fake, which really kind of froze our linebackers a little bit. And he had a nice hole, got some nice yardage. Matter of fact, got a 1st down.
And now Bolivar has the wind at their back, but I don't know if it's going to make that much difference for them, because they are basically going to want to run the ball. Here's the snap on 1st down. Durham hands off, and I mean nothing there.
Quincy Doolittle.
Mr. Doolittle with the stop for a loss of a half yard. It'll be 2nd down and close to 11. This all-conference thing, you never know how that's going to turn out, but we've got so many kids, and that guy, 51, is one of them that ought to get something.
He ought to, but he also, like you said earlier, he kind of flies under the radar, and he doesn't get a lot of accolades or a lot of notice even, but he certainly does his job.
He and Alex Judd both. Man, they've been great playing at linebacker. Here's a busted play. Quarterback keeps it, has to fall on his sword at the 34-yard line. Man, that's a bad feeling. Now, I played quarterback, and I know it's a bad feeling when you take snap and look one way and everyone's going the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. Looked like we had a linebacker blitz that time. Quincy Doolittle was coming in hot, which threw him off just a little bit, but we had some nice penetration by the defensive line as well.
Be a loss of about a yard and a half on the play. And for a split second, you wonder, everyone's wrong but me. Nope, not normally. 3rd down and 12. Back to throw it. Pressure on the quarterback to the flat. Ball is caught, and that's not going to go very far. Out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage. That's about it. Now bring up 4th down and 10.
Yeah, and they're in there at the point of the field, and with the wind at the back, they're most definitely going to punt it here.
That's an indication. If they didn't throw the ball down the field in this situation, you're down 17. You got this wind for one of the 2 quarters, you'll have it tonight. And they didn't seem much interested in that. Here's a punt, and it's away. And it's away from the deep receiver, Kinslow, who takes an unbelievable bounce. And that goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Let's see where they marked this. That was a dandy kick right there.
Yes, it was. Looks like I'll mark it about right at the 10.
I was going
I'm
to...
not real sure.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to mark it.
They're going to mark it down at the 7.
So a long punt backs up West Plains, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. Now, Bolivar's defense in this particular situation, they're down by 17 points, and with West Plains on offense deep in their end, if you're a ball carrier, you got to cover that ball up because they're going to be trying to rip it out and get a turnover deep in the West Plains end of the field. Unbalanced line to the right. They'll throw it out to the right, and that ball is caught. 15-yard line and run out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And that'll be a good pickup on the play, and close to, maybe not quite, but close to a first down. Gain of about 9. Oh, it was a first down.
Yep, gain of about 11 they're going to give us, so we'll take it.
Joel Wyatt stands pretty much where the ball went out of bounds and gives the play to his quarterback, Aiden Simpson. 17-0 is the score. If you're just tuning in, West Plains couldn't cover an onside kick to start the game, but once they got the ball back on a fumble, been pretty much their way. Motion guide to the right side, and now quarterback draw right up the middle. Aiden Simpson dives for it across the 20 to possibly the 21. Not much on that, maybe 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It looked like there was some miscommunication there, so that may have been Aiden Simpson just trying to make something good out of a busted play, what it kind of looked like to me, but good job by him to at least get positive yardage.
Clock running again as the second quarter wears on. We've got other football games going on. We've got area teams that are still playing. Liberty and Mountain Grove are playing in Mountain View tonight. Here we go on 2nd down. Late toss going around the left end. Miller is hit head up. Big contact there at the 24-yard line. And a really good tackle that time with Bolivar. Sam Pulsifer. He's one of their better players. Plays at linebacker, running back a little bit. And he made a very good tackle on Miller as they're going to mark him out and mark him down at the, it looks like the 27-yard line. Well, make it the 26, maybe closer to actually the 25.
Yeah, I remember Pulsifer quite a bit from that first game we played. He had a really nice game that first game of the year, if I recall.
Right.
He was all over the place.
3rd down and 4. What is going to happen here? Out of the spread set, West Plains needs 4 for the first down. Option play, toss it late. McCracken gets to the corner, turns the corner, first down across the 30, up to the 20 or to the 33-yard line, and a first down for West Plains. That old option play, man, that is hard to stop if you run it right.
Yeah, and when you're on defense, when you are out of position when that pitch happens, it's a very sick feeling.
You feel outnumbered there on the corner. That's because you are.
That's right.
Play comes in to Aiden Simpson as West Plains trying to establish a drive. Tell you what, if we could go in at the half up 24-0, that would feel and look pretty good. Spread set, long way to get there though from the 33. Pass out to the flat. It's caught by Houston. Gets a block. Turns it upfield, 40-yard line, 45, 50. He's at the 45, 40-yard line. Still going across the 35-yard line and down at the 33. And that's a big pass play for West Plains.
Sure is, and good stiff arm that time by Briggs Houston. He's got those big, long arms. It was kind of like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier there for a little bit. He had a stiff arm out there, and the guy couldn't reach far enough to grab him.
34-yard gain on the pass and run by Briggs Houston that time. A big play, and it's going to be 1st down and 10. West Plains offense has been clicking here tonight. And I think it has looked better tonight than it did last week. at least to this point. Quarterback draw, Simpson takes a snap, jumps over people, and he'll be hit at the 32-yard line, pick up 2, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for West Plains. Winner of this game will play a week from tomorrow, and where is yet to be determined, I guess.
I think our district as a whole is hosting. So if West Plains wins, we'll play here. If Bolivar wins, then the quarterfinals will be in Bolivar.
Which, if Hannibal advances, is only right because we had to play up there last year. So now the spread set, 2nd down. Simpson fakes. Is pressured out of the pocket, rolls to his right, got a lot of time, a lot of room, and he throws it to the right sideline. That ball is incomplete. Watson Hafer was the intended receiver over there, and I thought for a second he might be able to pull that inside the boundary, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and it took a little while for that play to develop, and I think Hafer probably was already to the sideline and was a little bit too far into his route to make that play work. But Aiden Simpson very smartly puts it to where only Hafer can catch it, and if he doesn't catch it, it goes out of bounds.
It's 3rd down and 8 from the 31-yard line of Bolivar. They have to look at this as 4-down territory here. So with the spread formation, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Timeout call West Plains with 4:30 to play in the first half. West Plains leads 17-0. Back in a minute on KDY.
If you want to prove to your neighbors that you own land, you need a deed. But if you want to prove it to yourself, you need a tractor. That's why Coyote's made 2 all-new subcompact tractor models. The CS2220 and CS2520 feature drive-over mid-mount mower option and 22 25-horsepower Coyote diesel engines. They also come with available loader with quick attach bucket, standard, and available backhoe. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, today at Lunch Equipment. Coyote, we dig dirt.
If you are a diabetic, you know how important it is to monitor your blood sugar daily. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment is focused on your health with a new unobtrusive glucose monitoring system that works with your smartphone. By wearing a small monitor, you scan the monitor with your smartphone, and the app on your phone keeps you informed. It's easy. See Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment today for this state-of-the-art glucose monitoring system at 1703 8th Street in West Plains.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Interesting call here, Mr. Grigsby. It's 3rd down and about 8 from the Bolivar 31, 17-0 West Plains lead. Man in motion is Hudson. Back to throw it over the middle screen. Ball is caught and up to the 25 and down toward the 21-yard line. And it should be a 1st down for West Plains. Dawson Howell gets up slowly after the run.
Looks like he took a helmet to the shin.
Oh, man.
That makes you feel like you've been shot, I promise.
That's good enough for a Zizzer.
And as a typical football player, he does not come out of the ball game.
Rub some dirt on it. It'll be all right.
Pull up some of that fake grass and rub on it. It'll be, and some rubber pellets. It's 1st and 10 now from the 20-yard line of Bolivar. Play action rollout. Boy, Simpson's got all day. Deep over the middle. The ball is high in the air, tipped and incomplete. 2 players in the same general vicinity that time. Briggs Houston, I think, was the intended receiver at the goal line. He went up and gave it his all, but couldn't come down with it.
It looked. I couldn't tell who was more open, but it looked like Briggs Houston just scoreboarded somebody that obviously was getting a little bit of a jaw, and you always got to like it when you point at the scoreboard. Of course, you want to be up a little bit more than this before you get too cocky.
Jesse Hudson was down there, too, in the same area. They were both pretty much open. Ball was a little high. Now it's 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line of Bolivar. Toss left on the run to the 20.
Oh.
Big hit out of bounds at the 17-yard line. And I am here to tell you, Watson Hafer got lit up. And now a flag comes down late. And a flag down, and that is...
They may get him for targeting.
Was it a target? It looked like just a really massive hit.
Yeah, it was definitely helmet to helmet when it didn't necessarily need to be.
So let's see what it would appear, just from the proximity of where everyone is, that this is going to go against Bolivar. Now, the targeting, if you want to explain that to somebody, how do you explain that?
Targeting is when you're hitting a defenseless player helmet to helmet, when it didn't necessarily call for that. You know, what are they going to call? Yeah. Yep. Targeting. So you see that a lot on running backs and especially wide receivers. When the defensive player comes over, they have the opportunity to tackle to the body or to use the shoulder. But when they lead with the helmet, and it's very obvious like it was there, then you're almost always going to get called targeting. And that's what they're trying to get out of football for good reason. And I hope that they do. And I know it's a pain, and a lot of the old timers are like, oh, that was just a good hit. No, I mean, that hurts kids. And, that knocks them out of games. And we want people to stay in the game. We want to be entertained, and we want the kids to be healthy. So we just got to get those plays out of football.
Now, is that an ejection in college football?
In college football, it's an ejection. In pro football, it's an ejection. In high school, I don't believe that it is, unless it's flagrant.
So, first down. 8-yard line. Handoff over the left side to the 5-yard line for that play is stacked up. Carter McCracken on the run that time for West Plains. I'll say this for Bolivar. They're doing a little bit better job up front. First two drives of the ball game, West Plains just road graded them down the field. That's not necessarily the case, but of course when you get closer to the goal line, it becomes a little bit tougher. It
stiffens up a little bit and also limits the offensive play calls when you only have 6 yards to go. So you can make a defense look really, really good when you're down there close to the goal line just by design.
This time Hudson will be wide right, Hafer in the slot right, and Houston man-to-man out here to the left. Snap, quarterback keeps. Aiden Simpson is going to be across the 5 down near the 3-yard line. He got way more out of that than what I thought he was going to get.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be about a 3 or 4 yard loss. And we were very lucky to get positive yardage out of that.
And so let's see. The ball is going to be, I'll move it out to the hash mark here, and it's going to be, looks like the 4-yard line. Third down and 4. Had to settle for a field goal a while ago, but let's see if, with 2:27 to go in the first half, if West Plains can poke it in the end zone.
It's all right to settle for a field goal from time to time, but if you're ever going to make a run at state, these are the situations where you have to figure out how to get it in the end zone.
Miller is in the backfield with Howell. Aiden Simpson will go under center here. Let's see if we maybe go option. Toss play, sweep play to the left. Miller turns it up inside, dives forward and in for a touchdown for West Plains at the 2:23 mark.
Touchdown!
Well, that helps the cause right there. That makes it 23-0.
Yeah, that was a very good run by Miller. You don't see him, run in between the tackles very often, but he was able to find a little seam, and he's quick enough. He was able to get in the end zone before Bolivar was able to see what was going on.
A 4-yard run by senior Heston Miller, and now Chase Larson will try to make it 24 with this kick. And it's up, and it's good. And with 2:23 to go in the first half, West Plains leads Bolivar 24-0, and we're back in a minute on KDY.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye! Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle, so make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Back with Reed Grigsby, we have Nate Hudson in the studio, engineering our broadcast. And we're down to 2:23 to go until halftime. Chase Larson tees the ball up. We'll kick it in. See how far you can kick it into that stiff north wind here. And Bolivar still with some time to work with, but here's the kick. He punches it. It'll hit at the 17-yard line, picked up on the bounce with momentum, and returned across the 25 to the 27, and that is all. West Plains special teams doing a good job there. It'll be first down and 10. Remy Wilson, one of those down there to help on the stop. Coach Glenn Johnson for Bolivar. I'm sure for his team to succeed tonight and win the game tonight coming into the game, he told his team, you got to win that battle up front. That's the only way. We're not going to be able to move the ball if you don't. And that's been sort of the case. Out of the spread set, no wide receivers. They'll snap, and a running play over the left guard will pick up 2 yards, maybe up to the 29-yard line before that tackle is made there. And it'll be second down and long. And I think it was Miles Foster.
Our defensive line's getting off the ball really well, and it's getting that initial punch, and the offensive line from Bolivar is not able to move them very well, so it's going to be tough to run between the tackles.
Logan Seitz playing on the nose, and here's a play, and that ball is going to be downed, nearly a fumble, at the 28-yard line. And so that's a lost play for Bolivar. They picked up maybe 2 on the first play, and they lose 1 there. Now it's third down and 9. And with 1:25, they may just decide, you know, we're going to run as much time as we can here, punt it with the wind, and go in and get warm and talk about it.
Yeah, and they're going to get the ball back coming out of the locker room after half, so they're not under an immense amount of pressure here to score, but they're seeing their hopes slowly fade away unless they can do something.
Well, with 1 minute exactly left on the first half clock, Coach Dixon, shorts and all, goes out to talk to his defense, and Bolivar will go to the far sideline as well. Next week, of course, the NJCAA National Volleyball Tournament comes to West Plains. And we encourage everybody to get out and support the tournament and also support the Lady Grizzlies. And, man, what a year they've had. What the last 2 years they've had, actually.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, what a great team. And everybody's got to remember that the National Volleyball Tournament will be here next week. So everybody in West Plains, please make an effort to welcome all these visitors, because there are going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of visitors coming to West Plains. And make sure you tell them hi and welcome to our community, and offer to show them around or help them, because they're going to be in the restaurants, they're going to be in the hotels, they're going to be in the shops around town, and we certainly want to put our best foot forward.
And I didn't know until today, the NJCAA Division I tournament here in West Plains is going to be broadcast on ESPN3.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
On third down and long, man in motion, Durham back to throw, has intense pressure, and has a sack back at the 17-yard line. Logan Seitz. And Quincy Doolittle.
And they left way too much time on the clock for West Plains, which is what they were trying to get away from. 52 seconds with an offense like we have is an eternity if we can get the right plays in a timely manner.
Timeout called by West. I just got to thinking, Joel was talking this morning about his assistant coaches coming out there wearing shorts tonight. Look how Joel's dressed.
Right. He's dressed like an Eskimo.
I'm no dummy. What do you think?
Well, defensive coaches, as a rule, are pretty odd creatures. I don't know if you've ever noticed that or not, but they certainly are. So it doesn't surprise me in the least that our defensive coordinator's wearing shorts.
Oh, man. Well, it'd be nice to get another crack at Hannibal. I think a lot of people had kind of a bad taste in their mouth after that game last year.
Yeah, hey, and they are very beatable, and unfortunately for them, but fortunate for us, Aeneas Williams is out for the season, who pretty much single-handedly destroyed us last year. So it should be a little bit more of an even matchup this year if we are lucky enough to get them here.
The punter back at the 7, and again nearly blocked. Line drive kick picked up on the bounce, and here comes Kinslow, 45-yard line. And now the ball is loose on the deck, and it's covered by Kinslow with 40 seconds to play at his own 40-yard line. And I glanced to my left just for a second, and it would have appeared that players collided there. That was not the plan, right?
It's got me scratching my head a little bit, but that deserves to be on the ESPN top 10 of Bumbles.
Not our finest moment. So going into the win with 40 seconds left. I was looking to see if the scoreboard has our timeout situation. I don't see it.
I don't think we've had timeouts up there all year. We need to talk to Jim Lahari about that.
We need as much help as we can get here.
We have burned 2, so I think we have 1 left.
From the 40, referee stops. Says, wait a minute. And you hope everybody remembers the play. On 1st down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Man in motion, play action. There's a slant pass that nearly was right to a defender, and it's incomplete, goes out of bounds.
Which is fine. I mean, it goes out of bounds, stops the clock. It's not the end of the world to have an incomplete pass because we're more concerned about possibly getting down there and score points than we are getting a first down on the first possession or on the first set of downs.
McCracken will come out of the game. Miller comes in. Rylan Kinslow is out there in this formation with 3 receivers to the left. That opens up the right side of the field, so let's see. Back to throw it. A little swing pass. Miller has it, 40-yard line, 45-yard line, and dances out of bounds at the 50. That's a good play. It's going to be just short of a first down, but it stops the clock with 31 seconds to go.
Well, in high school, we probably need to get down inside the 20 to be safe for a field goal. So I'd say that's our target now with 31 seconds left.
I mean, how many high school football teams have you seen? They don't really have that option because they don't have a kicking game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Our conference has a great kicking game.
Oh, yeah.
For many years. And, thankfully, we've been able to recruit some of those soccer players to come in and kick for us as well.
Play action, Simpson. Steps up in the pocket. Now throws it down sideline. High and incomplete. He tried to get it to Heston Miller. Going right down the left sideline. That ball's incomplete. Now it's 4th down, and with 24 seconds to go, what do you do here? Well, Aiden is the punter, so I don't know.
With 24 seconds here, you still have enough time where you can get the first down, stay in bounds, call the timeout, and that should take it down to about 15 seconds. That's time enough to run 2 plays if you can get it out of bounds.
Just need a yard for a first down. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Handoff right up the middle. Big hole. First down and more. 40, 35, 30. He's going to score a touchdown. How about Carter McCracken all the way for the score from 50 yards out?
So we did exactly what I was talking about. We were just going to pick up the first down, and McCracken was able to find a nice seam and outrun his Bolivar pursuers and make a very, very nice touchdown right before half, and that is huge.
50-yard touchdown run with 14 seconds to go in the half. Really good running backs don't go down with the first contact.
Right.
Or a lot of times second contact, and that's what happened there. Carter McCracken ran through some tackles, and now the extra point. It's down. It's up. It's good for West Plains with 14 seconds left in the half. West Plains goes up 31-0. And we're back with the Zizzer kick in 1 minute on KDY.
If you are buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that will dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. Don't settle for average. 417-255-2121.
Hi, this is Brad Bonham at Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. When you're ready to buy or sell, come see me at 1822 Porter Wagner Boulevard in West Plains.
Fall is the best time to get a great deal on Kubota tractors at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment, like the 2501 DT package. Get a four-wheel drive 25 Kubota L2501 with box blade, Kubota loader, and bush hog for $0 down, $306 per month with 2.49 APR for 84 months. Hurry in for best selection at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment in Mountain Grove and West Plains. Now through 12/31/22, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Remember, we are two names you can trust: Edgeler and Harper and Kubota, Mountain Grove and West Plains.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Chase Larson to kick it away. Only 14 seconds left in the first half, and it has been all with capital letters, all West Plains. Here's the kick. Bolivar will cover the squib inside the 30-yard line, around 29. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Liberators. They've got 12 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, not a lot of options here for Bolivar. I would suspect, and I tried that halfback pass right there before they turned it over on downs before they had to punt. And I would say they don't have a lot of long pass plays in their playbook, so we might see some trickery here to see if they might be able to trip us up and get downfield in a scoring position.
Drake Durham, the quarterback, brings his team out. You kind of watch for the old hook and ladder on a situation like this. Saw Greg Simpkins run that a few times. Here's the snap and the running play around the left side. To the corner, trying to get to the sideline. Big hit, tackle made out of bounds. 4 seconds left to go in the half. Gain on the play of about 5, maybe 6. Depends where they mark it out. They're going to mark it out near the 34. That's a gain of 5 yards. And bring up second down. They're 20. Now they're going to say 33-yard line. Gain of 4. Second down and 6, probably the last play of the first half here. West Plains secondary will take a very deep drop. Here's a snap, high snap, and the quarterback will hand off. They'll pick up 1 and go inside. 2 quarters in the District 6 Class 4 championship game here at McDonald's Field. It has been thoroughly, totally dominated by West Plains. They lead at the half, 31-0, and we're back in a moment on KDY.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470 for a free estimate. West Plains Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friends. What's for dinner? Domino's Pizza has the decision made for you. Right now, get 2 large, 1-topping pizzas and any 2-liter Coca-Cola product for just $19.99. You heard right. Order your choice of 2 large Domino's 1-topping pizzas and get a 2-liter Coca-Cola product for only $19.99. Call in, order on the Domino's app, and get this bargain carry out or delivery. Only at Domino's of West Plains and Mountain Grove. Domino's. Oh, yes, we did.
Do you have trouble getting started in the morning? Need a little help? Conquer the morning with Mountain Dew energy drinks from Pepsi Mid-America. 180 milligrams of caffeine, which is about 2 cups of coffee. 0 grams added sugar. There's zinc to help support your immune function, and vitamins A and C, antioxidants, Dew charged with 6 great flavors, and the perfect way to start the day. Conquer the morning with the help of Mountain Dew energy drinks from Pepsi Mid-America. It's rock chip season. Okay, let's be honest. With the roads around here, it's always rock chip season. When you get a rock chip, go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix your rock chip and keep it from spreading and making your windshield look more like a road map. If you need a whole new windshield put in because you waited too long, he does those too. SMP Quality Auto Glass, next to DQ in West Plains. Show us your crack.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Friendly and familiar faces are the first thing you'll see as you walk through the doors at Don's Auto Service in West Plains. After 40 years of serving the Ozarks, Don's Auto Service makes sure their expert staff gets you the best and most qualified information on your vehicle repairs. Whether it's under the hood, maintenance, or tire related, they have you covered.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, where we love what we do.
Hey, it's Maddie. As the seasons change and you find yourself needing new boots, make sure Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply is your first stop. Your feet, knees, and back will thank you. Whether it's work or play, we have an incredible selection of great brands and styles. Stop in today and get ready for these cooler fall days.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply since 1974. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than a farm store.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
Have you recently been in a collision or hit a deer and caused significant damage to your vehicle and now you need auto body repair? At Mr. Dent Collision Repair, a full-service automobile collision repair, paint, and body shop in West Plains, our iCar trained technicians are highly skilled professionals who strive to provide excellent service to every customer every time. No appointments are needed, so stop by today for a free estimate or give us a call at 257-3368. Mr. Dent, we're your driving home our reputation.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
If I asked Grigsby before the football game, what would you like to see here after the first two quarters? You might say, how about a 31-point lead? Right?
That's what I would love to see. I never expected that we would jump out this big on Bolivar, but we obviously have improved, and we have not made hardly any glaring mistakes in the first half. I mean, outside of a couple, we had a false start penalty and an unsportsmanlike penalty, but outside of that, the holding penalties have been non-existent. I haven't even seen any holds that didn't get called. So we've cleaned up quite a bit, especially since the first time we played Bolivar, and man, you gotta like to see it.
It's Veterans Day, of course. The band playing a medley here honoring the armed services. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, was the Marine Corps' birthday.
That's right.
247 years.
247 years, and then, Marine Corps birthday yesterday and Veterans Day today. Had a great parade downtown. It was cold and it was kind of drizzling, but still all the school kids were there in great spirits, and the band was phenomenal, and all the veterans coming by is always a cool thing to see.
No town enjoys parades any more than West Plains does.
That's a fact. We love a good parade, and this time of year with homecoming and Veterans Day, and then the Christmas parade has now moved downtown. That's what the route is going to be this year. It's not going to be Porter Wagner anymore, so that's always a great environment for a parade, and people get very excited.
Halftime, West Plains up 31-0. We'll go over the first half scoring for the Zizzers after the break on KDY.
For anything you need around the office, think Bureau. Office furniture? Think Bureau. Pens, paper, forms? Think Bureau. Cleaning and janitorial supplies? Think Bureau. Need supplies but you don't have time to get it? Think Bureau. They deliver. So for anything you need for the office, think Bureau. Stop by and see them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main in West Plains.
Captain D here. While I was fishing, I stirred up some new spicy seasoning to make the ultimate spicy seafood. Wow, it's spicy. Whatever you want, I can spice it up. Get into Captain D's today and try my newly stir-up spicy fish choices. Hey, and I still got shrimp gumbo too. For lunch or dinner, Captain D's is a winner. Southern Hills Shopping Center, West Plains.
It's that time of year, family holiday gatherings, everyone gathering about the table. Is your table big enough? Or here's an even bigger question, will your range handle all that cooking? The day of is not the time to find out. Get to Brown Furniture in downtown West Plains today. They have dining room sets from small to large, and they have gas and electric ranges too. Brown Furniture and Appliance, downtown West Plains, growing with the Ozarks since 1949. No interest, 24-month financing with approved credit.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubauer with Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains. As we all know, new vehicles have been very hard to come by lately. But in West Plains, we have truckloads of new vehicles arriving daily. That's right, we have the most inventory here in stock that we've had all year long. Hurry in today before they are all gone.
Find new roads at Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains.
And get great buys from nice guys.
Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet in West Plains.
Ready to step into a new home? Your friends at West Plains Bank and Trust Company are here to help. 100% of our loan decisions are made right here locally by lenders who close more than 200 home loans annually. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or simply interested in relocating, the hometown lending experts at West Plains Bank and Trust Company can help make your dream come true. West Plains Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Bonnie's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains is your headquarters for all your deer hunting supplies. Deer stands, deer blinds, deer blind chairs. You'll also find attractants, cover scents, your deer tag, and of course, all the processing equipment you need to process your own deer. Find it all at Bonnie's Outdoors, Southern Hills Shopping Center, West Plains.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when you have one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's important to protect them with life insurance from me, State Farm Agent Justin Shelby. We help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call me, State Farm Agent Justin Shelby, in Houston and in West Plains today. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
We beat them twice. Sorry.
We're just telling tales here at halftime. 31-0 is the score. The Zizzers scored first in the first quarter with 8:16 to go. Simpson connected on a little swing pass to Heston Miller, and he took it 29 yards to start the West Plains scoring. And then just about 2 minutes later, Carter McCracken scored on a 7-yard run. It was 14-0. Everything coming up roses. Second quarter, 10:30 to go in the half. It was Larson, after West Plains was foiled inside the 5-yard line, had to back it up a little bit, and eventually had to kick a field goal from 25 yards out. Chase Larson took care of that. 2:23 to go in the first half. Heston Miller scores on a 4-yard run. And then with 14 seconds to go in the half, Carter McCracken on a 3rd down and 1 took it 50 yards around the left side and scored to make it 31-0 West Plains. And that's where we are right now. Hannibal is beating Jefferson City 34-21 last time I looked here. And so if this game goes the way it's going right now and Hannibal finishes their game off, we would have a game here a week from Saturday here at Zizzer Stadium, and it would be a rematch from last season. You mentioned Aeneas Williams. Is that the son of the other Aeneas?
No, I don't believe they're any relation. Just the same name, yeah.
I know he was an extremely highly recruited running back, and when I heard that name, I thought, well, that's got to be him.
Yeah, he's the number one all-purpose back in America right now, and he's been recruited as a junior. He's been recruited by just you name the college, Alabama. He has offers from Auburn, Georgia, Ohio State. He can pretty much pick where he wants to go to school, and he is an amazing player to watch. I'm glad we're not going to have to play him again this year, but it's almost worth the price of admission just to watch him.
And you said he's injured now, right?
He is out for the season. Yeah, he unfortunately has broken his collarbone.
Oh,
and it has been out. That was a couple of weeks ago, but is out for the season.
What are the odds that he would end up at Mizzou?
I'd say they would have to recruit him pretty hard. I mean, just kind of a West Plains connection here. His dad, I can't think of his dad's name, obviously, Mr. Williams, he ran track at Missouri Southern with Jimmy Miller, who is Heston Miller's dad. So there's a little bit of a connection there, and Jimmy Miller knows Aeneas' dad really, really well, went to college together, and they've been able to reconnect over football just here in the last couple of years.
Halftime score is 31-0. We'll have more basketball with the Grizzlies tomorrow here on KDY. That'll be a 2 o'clock start time from the Libla Family Sports Complex, that incredible facility they have built in Poplar Bluff there on the campus of Three Rivers. And it'll be a 2 o'clock start time when the Grizzlies, with a 3-2 record, will play the Marshalltown, Iowa Tigers. Marshalltown, these games are part of what's called the Iowa Missouri Challenge. Last year we went to Burlington and played in that tournament, and this year it is moved to Missouri, and luckily for us, it has moved way down south here to our part of the state, and so we'll have that game on tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And then the Grizzlies won't play again until next weekend, and they'll be playing at Ottumwa, Iowa. They'll play on Friday, and then on Saturday night they'll play Indian Hills, which can always be a big problem. But what this does is this knocks me out of the rest of the football season. So hopefully you and Paul can guide this thing on and maybe get past Hannibal. And then once you get that far, you never know what will happen.
If we can get past Hannibal, that puts us in the semifinals. And if you look at the other side of the bracket, you have Kearney and Smithville and St. Mary's. I can't remember who else is in the rest of those brackets, but there's some really, really good football on the other side of the bracket too. So you never know what's going to happen. And of course, last year we lose to Hannibal. Hannibal goes, and I can't remember who they played in the semifinals, but made it all the way to the finals against Smithville, and absolutely got destroyed. So. There's good football all over the state of Missouri, and sometimes we get focused on what we do here in southern Missouri, but there's some really good teams, especially up around the Kansas City area.
We've still got some time, so let's take a break. The second half kickoff is probably about 7 minutes away, so let's take a timeout. You're listening to Zizzer Football with the score 31-0. West Plains over Bolivar on KDY.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why they are on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Edwin Roeder is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The Ozarks Healthcare team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and great sportsmanship. For more information about the OZH Orthopedic and Spine, please visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
If you are buying, selling, refinancing, or building a home, finding a mortgage program that works for you is my goal. Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage in West Plains, and I want to help you through the process to ensure that you receive financing that works best for you. I have over 20 years experience in real estate lending. Come see me in Silver Springs Business Complex off the bypass in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
DAS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA, USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not a commitment to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. For details, call 1-888-250-6522.
Wilbanks Tire in West Plains is your stop for any auto or tire repair you may need. Wilbanks Tire has been in business in West Plains since 1978, so they are well established and reliable in the community. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains. Call the guys at Wilbanks Tire for tire specials and for auto and tire repair. 256-9571. 256-9571. Wilbanks Tire, proud supporter of the West Plains Zizzers.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470 for a free estimate. West Plains Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friends.
If you are a diabetic, you know how important it is to monitor your blood sugar daily. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment is focused on your health with a new unobtrusive glucose monitoring system that works with your smartphone. By wearing a small monitor, you scan the monitor with your smartphone and the app on your phone keeps you informed. It's easy. See Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment today for this state-of-the-art glucose monitoring system at 1703 8th Street in West Plains.
Current Incorporated is growing. Now, to go along with the area's best electrical, HVAC, and internet, they offer tech support and computer repair through Current IT. They also offer camera and security systems, duct cleaning, and commercial equipment repair. That's right, all of these services at one place. So why would you even think about calling anywhere else? Current Incorporated in West Plains.
Real fast service right to your door. Call 257-0504.
Hi, this is Riley at Lynch Equipment in West Plains. At Coyote, we're going to treat you like dirt because we hold dirt in the highest regard. We're honored to find it under our fingernails, lucky to be caked in it at the day's end. It keeps us humble, honest. Dirt gets taken for granted by most. But if you know us, you know getting treated like dirt means getting treated with respect. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment. Coyote, we dig dirt.
If you are buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that will dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. Don't settle for average. 417-255-2121.
Hi, this is Pam Cochran at Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. When you're ready to buy or sell, come and see me at 1822 Porter Wagner Boulevard in West Plains, Missouri.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Our information tells us Hannibal is up at the half 34-21 over Jeff City. And so everything holds true. That would mean a rematch from last year. Also, Liberty Eagles are just putting it to Mountain Grove, 27-0 at halftime. Liberty is really good.
Yeah, apparently.
They are really good.
Mountain Grove is no slouch.
Really good, and I heard Larry Sylvie talking about their football team the other day, and he said, when you have the amount of speed that Liberty has, that gives you a huge advantage over just about, well, the majority of your opponents, because most teams don't have that kind of speed. But Kabul is playing Marionville tonight, and those are this and those other two are the three games that involve teams from our immediate area here. The Zizzers are back out on the field. And Joel Wyatt is talking to a couple of the officials, gesturing from where he's standing down toward the south end zone. But it looks like, well, what I was looking for was the rest of the Bolivar football team. I don't know. They haven't come down the hill yet. I guess they're going to take full advantage of that time they have to literally warm up and then come out here and warm up. Actually, just the opposite, but they haven't made an appearance yet. They've got a few players on the far sideline, and that's just about it. West Plains is about ready to go here, it looks like, but we've got to get the rest of the Liberators out here. So before we get started with the second half, they put some time back on the clock. We'll take a final 3-minute break, and we come back with the second half. West Plains and Bolivar next on KDY.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today, 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
If you are buying, selling, refinancing, or building a home, finding a mortgage program that works for you is my goal. Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage in West Plains, and I want to help you through the process to ensure that you receive financing that works best for you. I have over 20 years experience in real estate lending. Come see me in Silver Springs Business Complex off the bypass in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
DAS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA, USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not a commitment to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. For details, call 1-888-250-6522.
Bailey Chevy GMC, home of the Bailey Factor.
John Bailey again from Bailey Chevy GMC in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Supporting our local schools is just part of the Bailey Factor. You'll hear us cheering our local high school teams on the air and even on the sidelines. Come check out our great selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Call 469-3111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubauer. Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains. As we all know, new vehicles have been very hard to come by lately. But in West Plains, we have truckloads of new vehicles arriving daily. That's right, we have the most inventory here in stock that we've had all year long. Hurry in today before they're all gone.
Find new roads at Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains.
And get great buys from nice guys.
Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet in West Plains.
It's rock chip season. Okay, let's be honest. With the roads around here, it's always rock chip season. When you get a rock chip, go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix your rock chip and keep it from spreading and making your windshield look more like a road map. If you need a whole new windshield put in because you waited too long, he does those too. SMP Quality Auto Glass, next to DQ in West Plains. Show us your crack.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle, so make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
With the opening kick of the second half, and it bounces past the deep man into the Bolivar end zone, so they will have it 1st and 10. They'll be going south to north. That means into the breeze, and West Plains is up 31-0, and Bolivar has not threatened to score so far tonight.
It's a key to the second half. I mean, especially starting out, you cannot take your foot off the throttle. You know, these are the types of games that you need to close out and make sure that you don't let them slip right back into the ball game.
Durham at quarterback for Bolivar takes, and he fumbles the football, and I think West Plains has got it. Well, 2nd down.
There was a tussle for it down there, but it certainly looked for a moment that we had it.
Miles Foster made contact with the quarterback as he dropped the football, and it looked for a second like maybe Miles came away with it. Something tells me that our assembled crowd has chosen to opt for warmer conditions.
They're probably sitting in the truck and listening to us right now, if I were guessing.
So it's 1st down or 2nd down now and long, 2nd and 12. Back to throw it. Nope. Quarterback draw right up the middle, a huge hole, and there goes Durham at the 35-40-yard line and out of bounds. And that time we got fooled a little bit with some chicanery and good ball handling by Durham, the quarterback for Bolivar.
And Durham's quite an athlete. You know, he really torched us a little bit in that first matchup that we had with him earlier in the year. that is the biggest gain by far by the Bolivar Liberators.
By far. The carry that time by the quarterback, Drake Durham. He's a junior, 6'3" and 160 pounds. And now here's a play that ain't going anywhere. It gets back to the line of scrimmage before the ball carrier is driven back. And one of the themes of the first half was West Plains really controlling the game up front. And they control that play, so it's going to be second down and 10. Logan Seitz gets down to nose position. 4 down linemen for West Plains here. Watson Hafer threatens to blitz off the corner. And now the quarterback comes up. Man in motion, fumbled, snap, and a big hit in the backfield. That play blew up immediately as, again, Quincy Doolittle was back there to hit him.
Him and Seitz both. Seitz was able to come in and wrap him around the legs, and Doolittle got him up high.
Each time Durham has fumbled a snap from center, and he's had a problem with that tonight. I'm not necessarily sure if it's him or the snaps have been high, but every time he's bobbled a ball tonight, there has been a black shirt on him immediately, it seems like. And now the West Plains defense trying to get the ball back. On 3rd and 13, a rollout pass. Durham throws it. That ball is caught at the 47-yard line, and it's going to be well short of the first down. And Bolivar more than likely will have to punt. There's my guy, 41, Alex Judd. There's another guy that's had a great year.
Absolutely, and this the sophomore class has really stepped up with Alex Judd, and I can think of Peyton Reynolds on offense. I mean, there's some good talent in that younger group of kids.
So now it's 4th down, and they need about 5, close to 5. They line up in punt formation. Kinslow is back to receive, and now they go under center. West Plains nearly went offside. And now, well, the play clock wasn't even running.
So they still have 25 seconds.
That's a problem. And now Bolivar say, why didn't they get penalized for getting into the neutral zone? And now Bolivar calls timeout. So, 8:57 to go. Back in a minute on KDY.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye! Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Friendly and familiar faces are the first thing you'll see as you walk through the doors at Don's Auto Service in West Plains. After 40 years of serving the Ozarks, Don's Auto Service makes sure their expert staff gets you the best and most qualified information on your vehicle repairs. Whether it's under the hood, maintenance, or tire related, they have you covered.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
There's the kick, and the punt will roll down just inside the 20-yard line of West Plains, and it'll be first down and 10. 19-yard line as the Zizzers take over and try to run this lead up high enough that that turbo clock will kick in at first opportunity. And the sooner, with a game like this, the sooner you can get a game over, the better as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'll probably see this first drive, maybe another drive with our starters in there with a lead this big, and you certainly don't want to risk a injury at this point in the season when you're planning on making a run towards state.
Under center, Aiden Simpson from the 19-yard line. Fakes the toss, back to throw. Throws it deep over the middle, wide open. Briggs Houston has it. 45-40, 35-30. He's running to the 20, 15, 10-5. Touchdown, 81 yards for West Plains.
Beautiful, beautiful throw, and a even more beautiful route and good catch by Briggs Houston. Caught him in stride. That was a touchdown from the moment it was snapped.
And Briggs can stretch it out pretty good, can't he?
Yeah, he's 6'6" with really, really long legs, so he's taking one stride to everybody's two.
And there's that bomb that we probably were expecting to see at some point in one of the two quarters where West Plains had the wind at their back. That was the time to try it, and that stretches the lead to 37-0. I'll tell you that this game, and again, mentioning what we said at the very outset, this game has no resemblance to the first game between these teams.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. Here's the extra point try. Larson kicks it. Looks good. And it's good. 8:33 to go in the third quarter. West Plains 38, Bolivar nothing. And we're back in a minute on KD1.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you. Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, where we love what we do.
Hi, this is Mark. Great news. 0% interest for 72 months. Yes, you heard it right. It's our fall savings event on Mahindra 2638, HST, and 4540 four-wheel drive tractors. Mahindra is built tough with a heavy-duty frame, more built-in weight, and a higher lift capacity. Now is the time to save big. Stop in today. Hirsch knows savings.
Hey, Captain D here. While I was fishing, I stirred up some new spicy seasoning to make the ultimate spicy seafood. Wow, it's spicy. Whatever you want, I can spice it up. Get into Captain D's today and try my newly stir-up spicy fish choices. Hey, and I still got shrimp gumbo too. For lunch or dinner, Captain D's is a winner. Southern Hills Shopping Center, West Plains.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Here's the kickoff, 38-0. West Plains will cover it, and the tackle made at about the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Bolivar. And I guess we won't have the turbo until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, and somebody sent me a text and asked me, and there goes the clock.
Okay.
They started it, yeah. I wasn't quite sure if they allowed turbo clock in district playoffs or not, but apparently they do.
So the clock is running already here in the third, and a 38-0 score. So to turn that turbo clock off, Bolivar's going to have to get in the end zone. Here's a snap. They'll run it with the quarterback up the middle as he put it in the breadbasket of his motion guy and pulled it out and decided to keep it. And he picked up 2 yards, maybe, across the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and long.
What you want to do from this point on is play good, clean football, and don't let them suck you into a play that's going to get you ejected, because we need these players for next Saturday.
Yeah, because if you get kicked out of a game, you got to sit out a game, right?
That's right.
Here's a running play around the right side. There's Quincy Doolittle again. I think it was Quincy Doolittle. He's got a problem with a hand after he made that tackle. I'll say a hand. It turns out it's not his hand after all. But Quincy, I'm not going to say he's okay, because he ain't okay. He's going to have to come out of the ball game.
I think he might have just took something to a very sensitive area.
I believe he got kicked, actually.
Right.
It comes right down to that. Quarterback's heel came up as he made that tackle from behind. Now it's 3rd down and 9. Liberators from their own 30. Quarterback, quick pass, ball slapped out of midair, and it's going to be incomplete. And there's Miles Foster again. He's like the boogeyman back there for the quarterback, Miles Foster.
He's a menace, and that's the perfect defensive play right there, and the coaches love that, because if you're not there to make a sack, put those big mitts up in the air and see if you can bat it down, and that's exactly what he did there.
Personal foul, West Plains, so they'll keep the football.
I didn't see the foul.
You know what it might have been, is just a guess. That pass was deflected and batted up in the air, and somebody may have took a shot at the quarterback. That's just a guess, but
could be.
Could be. So they'll move it 15 yards up the field. And you know something, when it comes to the turbo clock, no two officiating crews really administer it the same way.
Right.
Some crews, they won't stop it for anything. Other crews, they'll stop it just like regular play with penalties and stoppages and things like that. First down and a running play right. And there's Alex Judd making a stop after a gain of about 4 near the 49-yard line. And that'll bring up a second down for Bolivar. The ball carrier that time for the Liberators was Keelan Jordan. He's one of their seniors. And it'll bring up second down.
Looks like Quincy Doolittle checked back into the game. Warren Lawson, number 4, a freshman, was in there filling in for Quincy Doolittle for a couple plays. He got some playing time.
Joel would really love to develop more depth on his football team so he could not have to go two ways with so many people. Here's a handoff. No, quarterback keeps it over the 50, and he'll be near the 47-yard line. That's going to be short of the first down by about 2, maybe 3 yards as the clock continues to run.
And that's really been their best play. I mean, the quarterback Durham is really, really solid on his play fakes. When he pulls that ball out and keeps it, that's been their best plays of the night.
Drake Durham is the quarterback. It's third down and about 3 now from the 48-yard line. Man in motion, and now they'll stop and reconfigure the play possibly here. Play clock expires. They didn't get the play off. Why didn't they call a penalty? It's a running play to the right, and the quarterback keeps it, gets a fumble on the play, loose football on the play, and West Plains has recovered the fumble. Forget about that penalty stuff. Just forget it. Play clock ran out a full 2 seconds before they snapped the ball, but no big deal.
And they are stopping the clock, so like you said, I don't know. Now they've started it back.
There's some young guys on the sideline thinking, hey,
come on, coach.
Worm your way up there closer to him.
But I remember being that age too. There's also some kids thinking, God, I hope coach doesn't look at me because I'm not ready to go in.
Sure is cold. That's a sure way to warm up, though.
That's right.
Coach Wyatt on the sideline instructs his team on first down from the 42. We just scored on an 81-yard pass play. Toss play running right. And here comes Lucas on the carry. And Conyers gets it up to the 44-yard line. 44-yard line, gain of only a couple.
And Bolivar all night has done a really good job flying to the ball on any kind of sweep that we're trying to run. We haven't had a good, clean play on a sweep that I can think of without a counter move or a pass, or a really long pitch like we've been doing a little bit. So just a straight up sweep play, Bolivar does great.
On second down and long from the 44-yard line. Dawson Howell is offset to the right. Toss. No. Quarterback throws over the middle. Ball is caught unbelievably by Watson Hafer, and he'll get a first down up to the 46-yard line. He ran right next to the back judge, and I thought that pass was going to hit the back judge, and somehow, I don't know how he saw it. I don't know how he caught it, but Watson Hafer did. That's a first down.
It's lucky. It looked like it almost hit him on the hip and bounced up, which you don't see very often, and he was able to get his hands on it. But, yeah, good catch, good concentration. That's a really tough spot of the field to catch a ball because you know you're getting ready to get smoked.
Absolutely. Receivers out to the left, and Briggs Houston in the slot left. Motion man is Heston Miller. They'll hand it off, and here's Lucas Conyers running right. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Get in the end zone. Touchdown, West Plains.
And that I like to see. He's been such a great player all year, and I don't know, he's scored a couple touchdowns this year, but as a senior and being a running back and playing the district championship in front of a home crowd, that's a great memory for that kid.
I believe that's 45 yards
Yeah.
on the run by Lucas Conyers. And that makes it 44-0. Now the extra point try. Hold down, kick up, and the kick is good with 2:23 to play. In the third quarter, the turbo clock is on, and the West Plains Zizzer machine is functioning at peak efficiency right now. 45-0 over Bolivar. We're back in a minute on KD1.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
For anything you need around the office, think Bureau. Office furniture? Think Bureau. Pens, paper, forms? Think Bureau. Cleaning and janitorial supplies? Think Bureau. Need supplies but you don't have time to get it? Think Bureau. They deliver. So for anything you need for the office, think Bureau. Stop by and see them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main in West Plains.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Jackson Hunter is going to hold the ball on the tee for the kicker, Chase Larson. It's 45-0. And here's the kick. And it's going to sail with the wind over the deep man's head, goes into the end zone. And that would, you know what? That was nearly a 59-yard onside kick.
It really was. I really thought the return man was going to touch that ball. He thought about it and made a very wise decision as it rolled into the end zone.
Oh, man. I saw that happen in a football game one time.
Yeah.
At Willow Springs, they kicked it off and it rolled toward the pylon and then just stopped. And a couple of guys on the receiving team just stood there and looked at it.
Right.
Until the very last second. Here's a running play, toss play, option play, running right. Hey, they blocked that pretty well. They get to the corner, pick up 6 on the play before it was run out of bounds on the far side of the field. What a good job West Plains defense has done tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, the Bolivar has the ability to score points, has the ability to put together drives. You know, they're trying to run the flex bone and kind of a hybrid, kind of like Lebanon runs. And so their offense is designed to go on these long drives and score, and they have not been able to do that tonight.
If I had Lebanon's running back, I'd run that too.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, what a guy.
2nd down and 7. Quarterback will hand off, and nothing on that play. West Plains meets the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage and will drive him back a tad, and it'll bring up a 3rd down long. And again, I'll tell you what, Quincy Doolittle, he's been eating his vitamins. I mean, he is in and around the ball on every play here tonight.
Starting to sub in some clean jerseys here now on defense. I see Lance Norton, number 35, out there.
Yep.
Jackson Hunter, number 74, is now in. Let's see if we can get together. Woody Rogers is out there. We were just talking about Woody earlier. He's had a nice season.
On 3rd and long, back to throw it. Durham steps up, gets through the first tackler, and then the tackle is made up near the 30-yard line. That's going to be very close, too, but I think short of the 1st down. They give him a mark back at the 29. He had to get just across the 30 to get a 1st down. So what do you do here if you're Bolivar? Because if you don't make it, it's going to be another touchdown.
Right. I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. They're in a no-win situation right here. Yeah, they're going to go for it.
So Durham, the quarterback, Drake Durham, he's the guy to watch here. Here's a snap. He keeps it. He goes across the 30, gets the 1st down. He needed not even a full yard, I don't think, but He got to the about 32-yard line. First down. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. West Plains 45, Bolivar nothing. Back in a moment on KDY.
Do you have trouble getting started in the morning? Need a little help? Conquer the morning with Mountain Dew energy drinks from Pepsi Mid-America. 180 milligrams of caffeine, which is about 2 cups of coffee. 0 grams added sugar. There's zinc to help support your immune function, and vitamins A and C, antioxidants, Dew charged with 6 great flavors, and the perfect way to start the day. Conquer the morning with the help of Mountain Dew energy drinks from Pepsi Mid-America.
Have you recently been in a collision or hit a deer and caused significant damage to your vehicle and now you need auto body repair? At Mr. Dent Collision Repair, a full-service automobile collision repair, paint, and body shop in West Plains, our iCar trained technicians are highly skilled professionals who strive to provide excellent service to every customer every time. No appointments are needed, so stop by today for a free estimate or give us a call at 257-3368. Mr. Dent, we're your driving home our reputation.
Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains is here for the biggest holiday in our area. You know, deer season. When you bag that buck, you're going to need a freezer to store the meat in. They've got upright and chest-type freezers in stock. Did you miss the big one last year because of your scent? Pick up a washer and dryer set starting at only $1,049. The rest of the family can use it after deer season. And if you spend too much time on that new rifle, don't worry, they've got 24 months, no interest with approved credit. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
And on second down, Miles Foster and Quincy Doolittle and I think Rylan Kinslow on an option play left. They blow that up. There will be a loss of a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play. And now it's going to be third down and 10 for Bolivar, and the turbo clock is on with the ball at the 33-yard line of the Liberators. It's 45-0, and sometimes the score can be misleading. Not tonight. It has been every bit of 45-0. The snap ball bobbled in the midair and a sack in the backfield as they changed quarterbacks for that play.
Carter McCracken.
McCracken got through and got to the quarterback. They switched out that time and had Colson Mazzini, a senior quarterback, out there. So that play blew up in a big way. Loss of 4, and now fourth down and 18. Liberators will punt. West Plains, big rush, and again, that ball may have been partially blocked, and I think it was. It goes out of bounds.
I think that was it was hit off Carter McCracken's shoulder pad. I'm almost positive.
Carter was nearly past the kicker when he finally got rid of the ball. And we've had about 3 times tonight when Bolivar has punted the ball where you got to give our punt team credit for not roughing the kicker because they've been so close to blocking some punts tonight. So they're going to call that ball out of bounds at the 25-yard line of Bolivar. So that went nowhere. And now out of a spread set. Isaiah Jones at quarterback will hand to the left, and a pickup on that play of about 5. Wilson on the carry that time. He's just in the ball game.
Remy Wilson's a player to watch. If you come over and watch a JV game, you'll hear his name a lot. But he's very similar to Lucas Conyers. Not very big, but is very quick and shifty and is not afraid to get behind his pads when he has to.
Isaiah Jones, the quarterback now for West Plains. Gain on that play of about 5. Spread set. Here's the snap, and they'll hand it off again to Wilson, and he'll be dropped behind the line of scrimmage that time. Be a loss on the play of about 3. Back to the 23-yard line. 8:33 and counting. This game is going to be over really soon.
Number 78 freshman Shane Curtis is in on the offensive line. He's quite a kid. Lots of fresh faces out there right now.
3 wide receivers, a wing to the right, and a running back there with Isaiah Jones. Let's see if Isaiah gets a chance to tuck it and run here. They're going to wait till the play clock goes inside 5. Here's a snap. They'll hand off on a jet sweep right. Big hit in the backfield. Stops that play immediately. And the ball carrier was Jacob. Was it Jacob Moore?
Jacob Moore. Sophomore, number 75, Fernando Lopez, is in the game on the offensive line.
You know, we had a pretty good Lopez last year, didn't we?
Yeah, Jason Lopez.
He was some player.
Oh, he went one of my favorite high school players of all time, and good kid, too.
4th and 11. West Plains going to go for it from the 26-yard line of Bolivar. Isaiah Jones going to let that clock down to 3 seconds, and they'll run it with Wilson, and he'll get hit across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. And it'll be a turnover on downs, and West Plains defense will come back out. And as Reed was saying, we're going to have a lot of new numbers out, although there are some familiar ones. Well, now as I look at it, it's mostly first-team defense. I see Jackson Hunter out there. I see mostly the starters.
Got Briggs Houston at free safety.
Lucas Conyers is out there as well. On first down, Mazzini, the new quarterback, will hand it off, and they'll get some decent yardage. Up near the 30-yard line, that's a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 to go. 6:20. You know, I was completely convinced that this was going to be a really hard football game.
I did, too. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring defensive affair, and boy, was I wrong.
But happily wrong.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
2nd down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Mazzini will hand off. First guy to the left side, he'll get 2 near the 32-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. So football here a week from Saturday, more than likely against Hannibal.
Miles Foster is finally coming out of the game. He's going to had a great game. Now he's going to get some rest, and I seriously doubt we'll see 63 on the field again tonight.
5:35 and counting as the turbo clock runs. 45-0 West Plains. Running play left, hit in the back, well, slip, but hit in the backfield, and the tackle is made. Alex Judd looked to me like perhaps on the stop that time for the Zizzers. It was 4-something. It may not be 41, but it was, I can't really see from.
Yeah, I believe it was Alex Judd, 41. You're basically looking at freshmen and sophomores with 1 or 2 juniors out there right now. So this is the future West Plains Zizzers.
Under 5 minutes to go. 4th down and 4, and Bolivar goes for it from the 31. They'll hand it right up the middle. They will not get the first down. That's short. It's going to be about a half a yard short, and West Plains will get the football back here. And we're down to 4:43, and they stop the clock again. And I don't know what there really is to look at.
They're about a yard short.
Yeah, they're not really. I think they're just trying to humor the Liberators here a little bit. I don't think that's first down. Don't even think it's really that close, but hey, we've got nothing but time. We'll just take our time and measure it. Even though it's 45-0. With 4:43 to go and a turbo clock. We're going to measure this.
I don't think it's going to be anywhere close, Harlan.
I don't either. It is a first down.
Was I wrong?
Wow.
He must have nudged that ball a little bit when they brought the chains out.
Somebody got a pretty good mark right there. That was not even close, really. I didn't think.
No, from this angle, I believe when they first spotted that ball, it was on the other side of the yard line. So now they've scooted it back.
And I think I know which direction.
Right.
Mazzini, the quarterback, on first down from their own 34. Liberators with the ball. And Mazzini hands off to the running back He'll get to the 38-yard line or thereabouts. Ball carrier that time was Blake Goodman.
Number 32, Ozzie Watkins checking into the game, junior.
Gain of 4 on the first play. Quarterback will keep it on the option left. Tosses late. Gets to the sideline. Knocked out of bounds. That won't affect the clock. But it should be a first down on the play across the 45-yard line of Bolivar. And now they're going to mark it right on the 45-yard line with 3:35 to play. So next week it looks like Hannibal here playing on Saturday. Paul and Reed will be here. I'll be soaking up the rays in Ottumwa, Iowa, where it'll be probably about 3 degrees. Right. Back to throw, over the middle, long pass, incomplete. Mazzini threw that ball and threw it pretty well.
He did. He had a guy.
But the ball was overthrown a little bit. Down to 3:05 and counting. You know, one thing about West Plains, we've got Stauffer that's out with an injury, but on the whole this year, you got to be pretty lucky with injuries sometimes. And
sure,
West Plains has been really lucky on the injury front. Here's a running play left, and they'll break through the line and pick up 8 as they get the ball to the 47-yard line of West Plains. We're down to 2:35 to play in this game.
Yeah, we had Carter McCracken limited a little bit at the beginning of the season. Maddox Hawkins has been out for the last couple weeks. But yeah, other than that, we've been fairly lucky.
Mazzini at quarterback, the senior, takes it, hands it off to the first guy up the middle, and the Liberators are ready to go home as we hit the 2:10 mark. Although they did take a shot just a moment ago, so you don't know they got the win at their back.
You know, this is the last game for those seniors for Bolivar, and so even though you're down, you're losing, you definitely want to go out on a high note.
Right. Running play left, that will get to possibly 3 yards to the 40-yard line. With 1:40 to go, 2 more plays, and this one will be in the books. And, I bet a lot of people will look at this final score and be in shock.
Yeah, I'm in shock.
Here's a running play. Quarterback Mazzini pitches it late. Fumble football. It bounces and goes all kinds of directions, and it looks like West Plains has covered the fumble on this play.
Yep, looks like it.
I think 47, is that who came? No, not 47. It was 36 that came up with it for West Plains. Who was that?
Haven Jacobs, sophomore, 5'6", 147. Not a very big guy, but he gets his first varsity stat as a fumble recovery.
He'll have something to tell when he gets to the house tonight.
That's right. He'll be talking about it when he's 47 years old around the campfire at deer camp.
You're darn right.
You remember that game?
Life is about the stories you can tell, especially if they're true.
That's right.
1st and 10 from the 34-yard line of West Plains. Isaiah Jones running that clock down as far as they can. As it gets down to 5, we'll get it snapped, and this will be the football game. Running play up the middle, and that will get up to the 38-yard line. And that will do it as West Plains picks up a dominating district championship win here at home over Bolivar, 45-0. We take a break and come back in a moment on KDY.
Since 1883, West Plains Bank and Trust Company has been a reliable partner to area farmers. Working the land has and always will be key to the success of our area economy. When it's time for new equipment, additional land, or a herd expansion, we can tailor your loan to ensure growth for future generations. West Plains Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why they are on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Edwin Roeder is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The Ozarks Healthcare team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and great sportsmanship. For more information about the OZH Orthopedic and Spine, please visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's important to protect them with life insurance from me, State Farm Agent Justin Shelby. We help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call me, State Farm Agent Justin Shelby, in Houston and in West Plains today. Like a good neighbor, Justin Shelby State Farm is there.
Save on the versatile L-Series Kubota tractors at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment in Mountain Grove and West Plains. Fall is the best time to buy the 25 Kubota four-wheel drive L2501 tractor loaded with box blade, Kubota loader, and bush hog. Bring home the Kubota L2501 for 0 down, 0 APR for up to 48 months, plus save $1,100. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Hi, this is John Edgeler. Remember, we are two names you can trust, Edgeler and Harper and Kubota, West Plains and Mountain Grove.
Bonnie's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains is your headquarters for all your deer hunting supplies. Deer stands, deer blinds, deer blind chairs. You'll also find attractants, cover scents, your deer tag, and of course, all the processing equipment you need to process your own deer. Find it all at Bonnie's Outdoors, Southern Hills Shopping Center, West Plains. What's for dinner? Domino's Pizza has the decision made for you. Right now, get 2 large, 1-topping pizzas and any 2-liter Coca-Cola product for just $19.99. You heard right. Order your choice of 2 large Domino's 1-topping pizzas and get a 2-liter Coca-Cola product for only $19.99. Call in, order on the Domino's app, and get this bargain carry out or delivery. Only at Domino's of West Plains and Mountain Grove. Domino's. Oh, yes, we did.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when you have one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
The team at Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic and Spine is focused on your athlete's health. That's why they are on the sidelines cheering you on and ready to step in should anything happen. Dr. Edwin Roeder is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The Ozarks Healthcare team sends best wishes to all athletes for safe play and great sportsmanship. For more information about the OZH Orthopedic and Spine, please visit www.ozarkshealthcare.com.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Back with Reed Grigsby here, and this game is over 45-0. Actually, this game was over a long time ago. And again, this just really goes to show you the measuring stick that you use in a football season is you want your football team to get better every week. There is so much difference between West Plains now than when we first started this season. That game, the first game of the season between West Plains and Bolivar, bore no resemblance to what we saw tonight.
Oh, yeah, that first game was pretty ugly. One thing that we did not see tonight was a lot of holding penalties, which I thought was really good. We made a lot of progress in that regard for sure. So, totally different ball team now here in Week 10 than what we are Week 11. What is this, Week 11 than we had in Week 1. So, good job by the Zizzers tonight.
8th win for West Plains, and or are we up to 9 now?
We're 8-3.
8-3, that's correct. Yeah. We were 7-3 coming in, so we're 8-3 now, and we'll have a chance to get number 9 next week against Hannibal, and we're looking forward to that. We'll tell you what, Nate, let's take our last break, then we'll come back and wrap it up next on KDY.
Thank you guys later. All right.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470 for a free estimate. West Plains Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friends.
It's rock chip season. Okay, let's be honest. With the roads around here, it's always rock chip season. When you get a rock chip, go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix your rock chip and keep it from spreading and making your windshield look more like a road map. If you need a whole new windshield put in because you waited too long, he does those too. SMP Quality Auto Glass, next to DQ in West Plains. Show us your crack.
Hello, my name is Hazel Patel. My husband and I purchased a home through Assurance Realty with Angie Worley as our real estate agent. We were very happy with the process from start till the end. We have been very happy with her services.
Hi, this is Angie Worley with Assurance Realty. If you have property to sell in either Missouri or Arkansas, we are the brokerage for you. Call 417-372-5420 and ask how we can help prepare your home for a smooth transaction. And remember, at Assurance Realty, it's all about you.
If you are buying, selling, refinancing, or building a home, finding a mortgage program that works for you is my goal. Hi, this is Michaela Jones with USA Mortgage in West Plains, and I want to help you through the process to ensure that you receive financing that works best for you. I have over 20 years experience in real estate lending. Come see me in Silver Springs Business Complex off the bypass in West Plains. We are USA Mortgage.
DAS Acquisition Company, LLC, DBA, USA Mortgage, NMLS 227262. Not agreement to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply. For details, call 1-888-250-6522.
Hi, Zizzer fans. It's the Long Brothers again.
Do you know what we love most about Zizzer's football?
Cheerleaders?
Popcorn? Goodbye! Sure. We also love that it brings the community together to celebrate one thing we can all agree on, the love of our town.
So thank you, West Plains athletes, parents, fans, teachers, and coaches.
Thank you for your continued support of Long Electric.
Long Electric, 293-6884.
If you are buying or selling real estate, you need an agent that will dot all the I's and cross all the T's. At Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty, they take pride in their customer-focused approach to every situation. Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty. Don't settle for average. 417-255-2121.
Hey, this is Katie Watson at Century 21 Ozark Hills Realty in West Plains. Whenever you're ready to buy or sell, come see me at 1822 Porter Wagner Boulevard.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
The Zizzers win a district championship here tonight. And before we go any further, I should tell you that role models are more important than ever in today's society, and you can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Message brought to you by Missouri State High School Activities Association and Hot Country KDY. I got it. It's a neat sight there on the field, seeing the football team getting their team picture taken with their district championship plaque. And I am especially happy for Joel Wyatt. He came into a program that had so much success, and he was the outside guy looking in as he started out here this year, and that's not an easy thing.
No.
When you're especially replacing somebody that was pretty popular like Matt Perkins was and Steve Airy before him. He's part of that same lineage, though, and I think it took a little while for him to feel comfortable here, but I think that has taken place now. They're 8-3, and they've had really a great year.
Yeah, and you see that a lot with first-year coaches. It doesn't matter how good or bad the program is. It takes a little while to build your culture. It takes a little while to implement your offensive strategy and your defensive strategies. And Joel Wyatt's done a phenomenal job, getting all that stuff put in place and building it the way he wants to build it throughout the year, and then taking us to a district championship in year one and off to the state quarterfinals. If we can somehow figure out how to beat Hannibal, going to the state semifinals for the first time in forever.
Yeah, and I said that they're part of the same lineage. But Joel Wyatt and Matt Perkins are completely different football coaches.
Sure. Yeah. Totally different philosophies, totally different style of play, totally different play calling. It's different. And neither one is better. There's many different ways to play football.
Right.
And Joel has his way of playing football, and he does it well, and it takes a little while for the players to get used to that. And we went, I don't know how many years of not even getting in a huddle. Well, this year we get in a huddle, know, and that's not a terrible thing. We went many years without putting our quarterback under center. Well, guess what? We put our quarterback under center from time to time, and it's worked well.
Right.
And as long as the players buy into the system, that's what's important.
45-0. That does it for my football season. And next week, a week from Saturday, Reed and Paul Knight will be here and try and put a thumping on the Hannibal Pirates.
That's right. We're sure going to miss you, Harlan, but thank you so much for this year, and it's always a pleasure.
Reed, you're the best guy I've ever done football with as a color guy. You're just,
thank you.
You're so great, and I've really appreciated it a lot. 45-0 is your final. West Plains wins. They're district champion, and we're on to more fun and frivolity here at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium a week from Saturday. Thanks to Nate Hudson. Back in the studio, again, Harlan Hutchison. 45-0, the final score. West Plains is District 6 champions as we say good night from McDonald's Field at Zizzer.